야생 종이 널 주네 배 맞으네 신수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기 진기 랍체 셰스소 구루 페마 시디호 오게 여기 널 찾아 배만
Very good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thursday night teaching, Dharma teaching by Singha Rinpoche. So those that's online, welcome, welcome. So that's we are having this in-person event here at the temple. So for those who are new, we actually have the QR codes for you to scan for the prayer text. So please help yourself. But in the meantime, let's take some minutes to ground ourselves before Rinpoche starts teaching. So I'll pass the mic over to Anila, who will guide us for some prayers. Thank you.
Okay, let's all do the prayers together. Homa hongoma hongoma hong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma and our Sangha, I go for refuge anti-enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma and our Sangha, I go for refuge anti-enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma and our Sangha, I go for refuge anti-enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all the numberless kind other sentient beings from the unmeasurable ocean of samsaric suffering and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Deyata Shame Shamawati Shamita Shankru Ankure Mankure Marosite Karote Kyore Tezowati Uluyani Usheda Nimani Mana Panaye Kukri Kaka Krasi Krasani Omuki Para Muki Amuki Shamitani Sawa Graha Banda Nani Negihitwa Sarva Para Pawadina Vimuta Mara Pasha Siddhapitwa Buddha Mudra Anun Gatita Sava Mari Buddharita Parishudi Bigasantu Sawa Mara Karmani. I prostrate to gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy site of space enjoying, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka Samarasa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Samarasa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Aka Samarasa Shada Rasa Marayapi. Tayata Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhisoha. Tayata Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhisoha. Tayata Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhisoha. Through the power of the great truth of the words of the exalted three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome, may they become non-existent, may they be pacified, may all the evils such as enemies, obstacles and hindrances, and adverse conditions be pacified. Shatim Kriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified, may we be separated from adverse harmful conditions, may everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of simple liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate the altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginner's time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard. Once the Blessed One was dwelling in Vajragraha and Vulture Big Mountain, together with a great gathering of Sangha monks, and a great gathering of Sangha of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered the Samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination, and at the same time, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, while practicing the profound Paramita, saw it this way. He saw the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Then through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, how should the son or daughter of a noble family train who wishes to practice the profound Paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound Paramita should see in this way, seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dharmas, no I dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dharmas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Paramita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the three times, by means of Paramita, fully awaken to unsurpassable, true, complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Paramita, the mantra of great insight, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra that calms all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there is no deception, the Paramita mantra is said in this way: Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhisoha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound Paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from the Samadhi and praised Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is.
One should practice the profound paramita just as you have taught, and all the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said this, Venerable Sariputra and Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasabha, the whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One.
Okay, we shall take a break here.
And thank you, Anila. So in tonight's announcements, so we have some to run through. So it's that time of the year, so if you didn't know already, it's the requesting for Benefactors Day. So the start date is actually on the 6th, was Monday, right? So now completion is actually on the 19th of March, Sunday. So please take note of the time, that it's every day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this is the Jing Zi Ri, which is the Awakening of Insects Day. It's our yearly tradition to present offerings to Guru Rinpoche and request him to bestow us with benefactors and to transform, vile characters into our life and into benefactors too. So, come and chiu gui ren. This is that time to jie yin gui ren ri. So this is so come by, make the prayers to Guru Rinpoche for requesting benefactors is only available on site. So this part, do take note, do come by. So devotees will be guided. There'll be staff and volunteers on the steps and procedures. It's all very organized. I've done it today. Come and try it for yourself. So, of course, Exploring Buddhism 2023, Module 1. So these are the dates in March, which it's from March all the way to April, from 2 to 5:30 p.m. on site with Dharma Brother Keith Chung. So he will share more about Buddhism. So this is a very basic course, but it gives you the basic understanding and appreciation of Buddhism. So the language of instruction is English. Do check out some of the testimonials, us around. It has been very beneficial for many. So do come and check it out. So scan this QR code to register to find out more. And of course, this is the Chinese version, but it's in another topic altogether. So this is the Chinese version that is it's in Chinese, and it's for 6-session Guru Yoga, if I'm not wrong, the translation of it. So if you're interested, scan that QR code. It's by Lama Kangyu, so Geshe Kangyu. So do check it out. They have dates, and this will be via Zoom. So it's 6-session Guru Yoga. So if you're keen, do check it out. And the monthly Guru Puja, do take note, it is postponed from 11th March to 18th. So it's next Saturday, right? This is next Saturday instead. So the time is 4 p.m. and this is our monthly Guru Puja. So it's the most important puja for all fellow Tekchen Choling students and disciples to renew our Samaya vows and also to make extensive offerings to all lineage gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and a great assembly of deities. So let's come by together, pray for auspicious conditions for Dharma to flourish and the enlightenment of all beings. So you can scan to offer talk. So the closing dates for the talk offering will be on 17 March at 8 a.m. So this is to help the temple to prepare and all that, yeah? So do take note. So date is 18th of March. And of course, it's that time of the year. Qingming is just around the corner. So it's time for us to all remember and pay respects to our ancestors and departed loved ones. So in addition to tomb sweeping and also visits to the columbarium, you may send gifts of prayers to the departed by offering a dedication tablet with their names. So this happens yearly at the temple. So if you swing by, you will see, the setup and all that. So throughout Qingming, our resident Sanghas will actually be dedicating merits for their swift rebirth in Amitabha's Pure Land. And there's actually this beautiful, bountiful food offering for abundant merits. So practice generosity by making bountiful food offerings. So with the recitation of mantras and prayers by Singha Rinpoche and Sanghas, these offerings will be visualized as wonderful delicacies that will be offered to the three jewels and all sentient beings in the 10 directions. So upon completion of the ceremony, all food items will be donated to charity, so making it even more meritorious. So Sign up now, sign up for the tablets and offerings right here at this QR code. And that's it for tonight in terms of the announcement. So let's ground ourselves and await Rinpoche's arrival. So when he comes by, please, everybody make 3 prostrations. Thank you.
Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yen Yogi Lo Chan Sam Pema Kesa Long Pola Yak Sen Chugi Ngo Drup Ne Pema June Se Sudra Kodu Kando Mamboku Kegi Jesu Labdugi Jingi Labje Se Susu Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yen Yogi Lon Chan Sam
Pema Kesa Dombola Yatin
Chogi Ngodup Ne Pema June Se Sudra Kodu Kando Mamboku Kegi Jesu Labdugi
Jingi
Labje Se Susu Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Yen Yogi Lon Chan Sam Pema Kesa Long Pola Yak Sen Chugi Ngodup Ne Pema June Se Sudra Kodu Kando Mamboku Kegi Jesu Labdugi Jingi Labje Se Susu Guru Pema Siddhi Hong Ugin Yogi Lotasam Pema Kesa Longpola Yasen Chugi Ngodune Pema Dune Se Sudra Kodu Kandu Mamboku Kegi Jisu Labdugi Singi Labje Se Susu Guru Pema Siddhi Ho.
Okay, let's offer mandala for the teachings. Huma hum, huma hum, huma hum. Om Vraja ground ahum. Here is the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Vraja light ahum. The outer ring is encircled with these iron continents, Kurava and Korava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish-granting tree. In the west is the wish-granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel, here's the precious jewel, here's the precious queen, here's the precious minister, here's the precious elephant, here's the precious and best of horses, here's the precious general, here's the great treasure vase. Here's the goddess of beauty, here's the goddess of garlands, here's the goddess of song, here's the goddess of dance, here's the goddess of flowers, here's the goddess of incense, here's the goddess of light, here's the goddess of perfume. And here is the sun, here's the moon, here's the umbrella of all that is precious, here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection lacking in nothing, I offer to you my kind and holy root Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Losam Dowan Doji Chang. Together with the assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings to your great compassion. This ground anointed with perfumes, rolling flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon, I offer in visualizations as few Buddhas. Now all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Objects of my attachment, anger and ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments, without any sense of loss I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from 3 poisons. Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Yidam Guru Ratna Mandala Kadiya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path, from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the 2 precious Bodhisattvas. Okay, let's all greet Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening. So, today's question is the 7 factors of enlightenment is equanimity. Since all have Buddha nature, and each of us is one of the sentient beings, why do Bodhisattvas have to sacrifice oneself to save others? Thank you. I don't know who asked this question, but since this question asked, first I tell story, then I answer in a few ways. This is a question that cannot be answered with just a few lines, because actually this is something that has got to do with the practitioner, the object, the subject, okay, and understand how much they understand Buddha's teaching and how much we can actually put into practice the way Buddha intended it to be. So, so I will start. First of all, why do Bodhisattvas have to sacrifice oneself to save others? Of course, it is angled, this question is angled on equanimity and then angled to Buddha nature. This question, 7 factor of enlightenment, is actually a Theravada question, Theravada practice. And then after that, slap one Mahayana nature of it. This is really rojak. This really salad. Of course, Mahayana have, we also talk about equanimity. Then since all beings have Buddha nature, and all of us are, each of us is sentient being, and all of us have Buddha nature, and so why the Bodhisattvas sacrifice oneself to save others? Now, we don't say Bodhisattva. Now we say about worldly beings. Few years ago, I think there was one very famous pop song. I don't know, is it you call it pop song these days? I don't know what. I can't remember who sang it. I think this young singer, very famous. His song had this line, says that if you have to die, I'll die for you. Okay, I remember I heard this line on the radio. So I don't know who sang. And somebody tell me, say is brown person, and then quite famous. And somebody told me this person became sick later. I don't know who it's anyway. So anyway, I was in a car, sitting in a car, and I heard this song. Then I said, it left an imprint in my mind that, worldly beings, even without any idea or notion of a bodhicitta, the heart of bodhicitta, the heart of a bodhisattva to save all beings, even an ordinary being would do so. Why not a bodhisattva? Right? Why not a bodhisattva? If I'm at the roadside and a little child crossed the road, the car is coming, if will I go and save the child, or stand there and let the child get rolled over? Huh? Some people say save, some people say, oh, then what if I get rolled over, then how? Then you're stupid, then you're this, you're that, There's no perfect answer. But generally, I would like to say, beings with a sincere heart, natural heart, good heart, would naturally want to save. Isn't it? Would naturally want to save. Of course, the later factors of samsara will come in, and everybody will say that, oh, why you do this, why you didn't do this, why you choose to do this, why you feel like you're doing this is the right thing. Many people like to ask these kind of questions. But what I'm saying is, what is the instinct? Instinctively, would you do something to help others? Instinctively, would you do something to save others? Instinctively, would you try to do something, or will you try to think of ways to not do it? Okay? I feel that is the important part of the important point that each and every one must understand. So, let me tell one story, is one situation. Okay, this situation is, all the situation I'm talking is the situation that we all face. I'm not talking about somebody, I'm talking about everybody, including you, including me. This situation is like that. We all want something. Right? We all want something. This something, at a simple level, is a physical thing. At a complex level, it is not a physical thing. A simple thing would be, maybe I want to, as a child, very big, I want candy. Or I want to buy that biscuit, I want to buy that toy. That everything is, the emotion is on that. If I don't get it, then you don't love me, you don't this, you don't that. Later on, as adult, it somehow become not a physical thing anymore, but this become a emotional thing. We all want something. We all want to be loved. We all want to be recognized. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be this. We all want to be that. Isn't it? Right? We all want to be reciprocated and stuff like that. Yeah. Now the crux of the matter is this. It is nature that all of us and all beings, everybody want everything, Because we all have different wants and different needs, isn't it? We all have different wants, all have different needs. The thing now is this. We are usually only looking for the people who would give in to us to give us. Or we feel that we can manage to give to us what we feel we want. Whether it is a cooperative, right? Like for example, you find some partner, business partner to do with you, or you can have a spouse, or you can have a lover, or you can have a friend, or you can whatever to give in to give you what you want. You must also feel that you are able to manage that person. The problem right now is not about wanting and not about craving for the thing. The crux of the issue right now is this. When we are practicing, our eyes honestly always see outside, which is nature. But right now is this. When we don't get what we want, why do we get upset? Okay? When we don't get what we want, why do we get upset? We get upset primarily because of being triggered. We get upset primarily because of being triggered. And it always goes back to childhood, where the same thing always happen again and again. Right? Have you ever, I'm sure we all have friends, you ask them to do something, they want to do, but they are scared to ask. They want to go, but they are scared to ask. Correct? Why? Or before anything can happen, they say, sure cannot one. Have this kind of friends? 有这样的朋友吗？ OK， 要去做什么东西，要去问老师，要去问家长，要去问这个那个要问之前一定不用问了，一定不可以的。OK， So it's always at that situation where we want to ask, we want to do, we want to go out and play, we want to go shopping, we want to go buy something, we want to go eat something. Oh, dare not to ask, sure cannot. Sure cannot. So, why do we say that we have to be responsible? Because the thing is that it is not true that it's definite cannot. But before we even do anything, we start to shoot ourselves and say that it's not going to be successful. I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to be, people will not like me, or people will not accept me, people will not this, people will not that. The issue is always with ourselves. And then it is very tiring for you to be with the people whom are very easily triggered. Well, talk to this person, have to be very careful. Go out with that person, have to be very careful. If not, I go out with this nun, I have to be very careful because this nun will scold me, or that monk will scold me, or the sifu will tell me off, or that lama or that Rinpoche very fierce one. Okay? So the main thing right now, the situation is this. So who is... And in this world, it's always the matter that who is right and who is wrong. Okay? Who is right and who is wrong? My answer is this. Let us not focus on the right and wrong. Let us right now go back to understanding and go back to love and connection with ourselves first. Okay? We need to reconnect ourselves to our original nature. You know what is your original nature actually, but conditions make you become whoever you are. Right? You know what is your original nature. You know how you were, how you felt, how you naturally like some things, but because everybody say, this is no good, this is cannot, this is this, that, then after that you become to fit in, or because society wants it to be so, or because this and that, then you somehow become that person that you are naturally, you know, you don't want, you don't like. Right? Okay? So, this goes down to the next thing. If we don't choose to reconnect ourselves to our original nature, and reconnect it back with love, so what then is our original nature? Okay? Because if we really study ourselves and look at ourselves, we actually don't know what is our original nature. Right? But we will know one thing. You know how you feel. You know what is your inclination or feeling. Some people naturally more angry. Some babies are more angry. Some babies are more grouchy. Some are happy babies. Or some are blur babies. Right? Some are sleepy babies. Right? So every baby is different. And how did the baby end up behaving and looking like so much of it, looking like the parents' genetics? Okay, how did the baby start to behave so much like the parents or the people whom they grew up with? It is by mimicking, learn mimicking. Okay. So when you say you want to change to become a better person, and then you don't want to be responsible for yourself, and you want to disassociate yourself with your parents and your siblings, or those foundation years when you're growing up, you know, then that purification or that healing is really very stuck. Because it's only to what you feel you want, but not necessarily what you need. Okay? It is always like that. We all choose what we want, but it may not really be what we need. A good thing, a good and easy thing will be, oh, we want this, we want that, we want to continue eating, but what can I, after I eat a lot, what can I eat to lose weight? Right? I already said, I have one special pad for the new year, you stick on our body, you lose weight. Right? You know about this, eh? You don't know? You want to buy? Huh? You don't need to lose weight. You need to slim down. You can slim down but still be heavyweight. Why? Because muscles are heavier than fats. Isn't it? Yeah, I learned from you. Right? Yeah. So what's that pad? Where to stick that pad? Stick in your mouth. One special health patch, stick in your mouth, you still can breathe, don't eat. Yeah. Isn't it? Right? I sell very cheap, one box of 10, give 2 free. Right? One box of 10, 买10送2. Right? Not bad deal, no? Yeah. Stick in the mouth. Right? So So when it comes to this emotion, what is our natural inclination of our emotion? Okay? Because when we are young, we always ask ourselves, so who am I? What am I? Why am I here? Right? All children ask the same question. All children ask the same questions. And so who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What's the meaning of my life? And all these things come about. But another thing is, the emotions, the karma that we are born to this or that particular family. How come we end up with this family? How come we end up with that family? How come we are born into this family? How come we are born into this race? How come we are born into this condition? These are the result of the projection of karma from a previous life. Okay? It too by itself has no right or wrong. Okay, by itself, again, it has no right or wrong. It just come out to be like that. It just come out to be like that, right? So, when things happen, we always first thing see, why like that? Why like this? Why like that? Why so much problem and this and that? But we never ask ourselves, how come I'm like that? How come I'm like that? How come how come my instinct is that I choose to behave in this way? Or I choose to think in this way, I choose to talk in this way, I choose to feel in this way. And it's a choice. And actually in a common situation, we actually do and can choose whether we want to be angry or not. Right? We actually can choose. You know it. And then after that, you feel whether you give in to be angry or give in to be jealous or give in to be this or give in to be that. So when it comes back to this question, okay, why do Bodhisattvas have to save oneself or sacrifice oneself to save others? Sacrifice oneself. Sacrifice not necessarily mean have to kill yourself. Okay? We are also sacrificing to save others all the time. Okay? So you have to see the sacrifice that you save oneself or you save others You're sacrificing yourself to save others by volunteering work. Volunteering your time, volunteering your skill, volunteering your love, volunteering your listening ear, volunteering your patience, okay, volunteering your kindness, right? And cultivating not criticizing others, cultivating not judging others, all right? So what is the purpose of Bodhisattva? What does it mean? 7 factor of enlightenment is equanimity. The most important equanimity is the mind that sees all beings as they are. One thing is called respect. As a Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva has to respect the fact that the tiger and lion eats meat, The Bodhisattva has to respect that birds will eat live worms, The Bodhisattva has to respect the fact that we have this local bird, this black color one, the hornbill, is it? We have is it called hornbill? Singapore have hornbill, right? Yeah. We have to respect the fact that hornbill will fly and hunt other birds down and eat. Right? They say hornbill very beautiful and this and that. Yeah. So, one thing, what does equanimity in its inverse meaning mean? It inversely, okay, telling you to really to practice mutual respect. And not the situation where you have to be like that, then I respect you. That means you have to be a good person, then I respect you. You have to meet up to my expectation, then I respect you. Where the situation is, people are as they are. People will be as they are. People are as they are. Right? Just because you believe in Buddhism, just because you practice your idea of morality in whatever religion, does not mean the whole country has to be like this, isn't it? Right? Because you believe in vegetarianism, then the whole country has to be vegetarian? You understand? Yeah. For example, somebody elsewhere from another country once told me, say, our ex-Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, is a bad person. Why? Because he said he allowed, and then he said Singapore is no good because Singapore has got prostitution and Mr. Lee Kuan Yew legalized prostitution in certain areas of the country. And so the person tell me, oh, so bad, so bad, so bad. So I just listened and I smiled. I said, do you have natural urge to have sex? Do you have lust? All human beings have lust. Right? You imagine you have so much foreign workers, you have so much this and that, and then if you don't have this, people will have it. I feel any country's leader should not run the country based on his or her own idea of what is perfect, but rather understanding human nature. Demanding that everybody live up to a particular ideology, or understanding human nature and running a community, running a place, running a temple, or running a country. If we can understand what is the human nature like, right, then you are at peace with nature, at peace with yourself. That is called respect, and that is called having a big heart. Right? Just because you want to become a monk or nun, and everybody says that during Buddha's time, Buddha encouraged many people to ordain, become monks and nuns. Somebody asked me, said, then what will happen to this world when the whole world become monk and nun? So I always ask the person who asked me this question. There are different people ask me different times of my life. I said, do you want to become a monk? They say no. So you don't want to become a monk, how can the whole world become monk? You don't want to become a nun, how can the whole world become nun? It's just not possible. Right? So Buddha encouraged, because that person has got the good karma, the merit, the everything, that it will be successful for his or her practice. You know? There are some people who really do terribly in life, but when they become monks and nuns, suddenly their whole life change. Their mind change, their heart change, their clothes change. Why? Because of blessing. Right? But some people who didn't choose to become a monk and nun, because sent to temple to become a monk or nun by their parents when they are young, when they grow up, they don't feel like staying as a monk and nun. Then they disrobe, and they later on become very successful businessmen and this and that. They ask me how to justify. I say, why justify? I don't want to justify. I don't need to justify. It's just as it is. So, how to make this world a better place is to sacrifice. What is this sacrifice? The greatest sacrifice is to sacrifice our ego of what we think other people must love us the way we want to be loved, must want us the way we want to be wanted, must this, must that, according to what we want. Then you know what? We are the one that cause trouble in the world. Do you realize that? Because you never talk to the way I want to be talked to. You never give me the food I want the temperature to be when I eat. You don't understand what I like to eat. You don't understand what I don't like to eat. You promise me you'll always bring me out for lunch and dinner. Say any time but never. Huh? Right. Say only lah. Know how to say. But when every time end up, I'm always eating alone. Right? But then when I say, you say one, then they say, yeah. Then I say, okay, come eat with me, 8 a.m. Nobody turns up. Right? So these are the kind of things. We always end up, or some, last time, or wake up 7 a.m. or do water bowl, everything. Now, 8:30 also don't want to wake up. Can die like that. Right? So that's just the way it is. Right? It is their choice how they want to live their life. The thing is that we are the ones that are being triggered, and if we are the ones that got triggered, we are the one that really is not the nice person, and we are the one that is the troublemaker. How do we recognize then if we are the troublemaker? Because these are the points to see, and these are the points to ask ourselves honestly. Do people tread carefully around us when they are with us? Okay? Do they have to be very mindful of how they talk? Think, oh, yeah. Right? So that means, but this is a very good way to manage the way how we influence other people's thought, deed, and action. Okay? So, since all beings have Buddha nature, and each of us is a sentient being, why do Bodhisattvas have to sacrifice themselves to save others? My answer is, because he lied. Whoever asked this question, because that particular Bodhisattva and that other being who needed to be saved, they must have some karmic connection that he wants to save and feel that it's worth it that his life be sacrificed. Then just rejoice and understand, because he lied. Why you like to drink beer? Why I like to drink bandung? Right? Yeah. I don't like alcohol, but I really cannot resist bandung, right? Rose syrup and milk. It's like I'm a sucker for it, you know. That's why when your bore turns pink, I don't mind lah. If you don't wash your bore properly, right, the red and white, it turns pink, I'll just think of you as a big bandung. Right? So, why like this? Just because is the answer. Just because everybody have their own karmic condition, everybody have their own likes and dislikes, everybody have the this and that, and if you cannot live with it, that means naturally, okay, you are the troublemaker. It's like somebody tell me, you know, somebody say, Sifu, do you know many people don't like you? Why? Ramachi, many people don't like you. Why? Because sometimes when you give teaching, you use the F word. Okay, lo. You have your right to don't like. I also have my all rights reserved to express it the way at that time, space, and at that condition, time, space, and at that, what am I emphasizing about, you know, at that point. But it's very easy for people to say, because you did this, right? Just because for fun, some men cross-dress and sing songs, okay, just for fun, for a dinner, after everybody say, you don't know, right? Wow. Maybe one day we, you know, Uncle Desmond, we play, then we dress him up, right? Dress him up as woman with paper and toilet roll, and then we let people put lipstick on him. Does it mean that he's a woman? No, play is play. One thing what we know is respect. If the person feels that I'm not good enough for him or her, I respect that. Okay? Yeah. I want to say is, I'm not perfect. I want to declare I'm not perfect. But what I want to say is, are we all perfect? Okay? Are we all perfect? If we're not, the perfection is mutual respect and understanding one another. They are like that now. You like to eat meat, you like to eat this meat, you don't like to eat that meat, you like to be vegetarian, you like chocolate, you like to drink, you like to be fat, you like to be thin, you like to be slim. Whatever you like, respect that. Then that is really, isn't that real equanimity? Isn't that real equanimity? Where everybody is being allowed to be whatever they like. Isn't it? They can have whatever lifestyle they want. Whatever, one person, you know, before got married say, I will dress very nicely, you know. Yeah, my shirt will be buttoned up very nicely from now on after I get married. Then I'll leave long hair, you know. After she got married, she probably did that for 1 month. Huh? I didn't say you what. Why you admit? I'm not saying you. Huh? No, okay. Internet don't know who, never mind, is it? I see. Right. I'm not saying... Oh, you're very supportive. Huh? No, I'm not saying you, no? I'm not saying it's you, right? Yeah, somehow the long hair, you know, and I was very surprised. One day, one short hair lady suddenly appeared in front of me with long hair. How you managed to grow your hair in less than 1 week? Then I realized there's such a thing called hair extension. Yeah. I never forget this thing called hair extension. I don't understand what's hair extension. Until one short hair auntie turned up to be, wow, very long yogini. Right? Yeah, like this. Okay, so 7 factors of enlightenment is equanimity. So if you can have equanimity, then you respect how other people are. And you respect how other people choose to be according to their karmic condition, according to their beliefs, according to their culture, according to their diet, according to their body. Isn't it? Then that is real equanimity. Then you are, you are free. Equanimity really, then you're free. Right? This is having that as a deep awakening. Some want to call it realization, want to call understanding, whatever you want to term it, label it. This is your right. Okay? But what I'm saying now is this. We have to feel, we have to be responsible for our own practice. We have to be responsible for our own emotions. We have to be responsible for our own enlightenment and how other people really need to think very carefully when they are with us. Okay? Are they natural? Are they free? Can the other day I saw a picture. I saw a picture where there was a pigeon and there was a cat. Looks like the cat's going to kill the pigeon. Actually, what happened was the cat went over to hug the pigeon, and the pigeon was like, after that, massaging the cat. You see? Nature of these two seems like predator and prey. Actually, they are friends. Yeah. Which bird comes to your mind where can sing and can talk? Huh? What? Parrot, right? Yeah, parrot, right? So, reality is now parrot cannot make it already. Parrot cannot make it because Rinpoche showed me his favorite TikTok on Douyin video. Shadow Rinpoche showed me his favorite, right? So there was this man who just go out to the balcony and ask the bird to come. Okay, apparently he trained the bird so well. So it's a myna. So the myna just flew to him, put and stand at the edge of the balcony, and then he sing one line and the myna sing one line. He sing song, and then he sing another line and the myna sing another line. And after that, when they both completed singing, then he just point and the myna sang the whole song with tune and all, nice tune and all, right? Nicer than any parrot that I ever heard. Okay, so of course this one maybe is nature, whether the parrot or the bird can communicate or with its intelligence can mimic, shows one thing. If they can learn to sing song, and if they can learn to this and that, who says the Buddha's teaching is false when we build Buddha statue and when we do chanting and we build stupas? Animals who see this thing don't have an imprint. Animals and people, when they see stupas, don't have an imprint. Now you see, if always when people think about peace and Om and serenity, all the Westerners or the people all around the world, what picture they like to put? Buddha. Right? It's the imprint. Buddha is the real physical manifestation that reminds them of inner peace and serenity. Right? They didn't put any other deity or God or something like that. Right? and always about the peaceful picture, background, always have what, morning, the picture where in the morning, misty morning, monks lining up begging for food in the morning, correct? Always they like to use this kind of picture, always these kind of things. Where Sangha begging for food and everything like that. Right? So who says seeing does not leave an imprint? Who says listening does not bless our mind, does not leave an imprint, does not activate our previous life good karma? Okay? So triggering is trigger the bad things, activating is to activate the good karma. So what are we doing? We are here really to try to activate. We come to temple, okay, is to activate good karma and to be triggered by one another. Because it's your choice to be triggered. Isn't it? That's why you go to any place, everybody say, this temple, that temple, this person no good, that person no good. Then I say, not that you got triggered. You can understand yourself better. You should understand yourself better. Okay? But if anywhere you go, your mind becomes softer, the mind becomes softer, mind become faithful, the mind become this and that, and to see the gurus as Buddha, activity of the gurus and everything, see the good, then is this activating the good karma. Right? But it doesn't mean that if nowadays you activate good karma, it will mix around with the people who all easily triggered one, you will get polluted one, So we are always in a situation called pollution and activation. So if you don't purify the pollution, the triggers, the trigger karma is always stronger. Not because the reality is stronger, but it's because we choose to remember the bad better than we choose to remember the good. Isn't it? Right? So this is answer to the first question. Right? So next one, how do we define refuge? It is easy to understand a physical refuge from the context of a home or shelter that protect us from adverse weathers, dangers, etc. However, I find it hard to explain what is refuge to friends or people around me. Is there a prayer with devotion? Is it a prayer with devotion, connection to one's gurus? Is a prayer with devotion and connection to one's gurus considered refuge? Refuge is not a prayer. It's easy to understand a physical refuge, but do you know what is a real refuge? How do you recognize whether a person really got refuge? Do you want to know? You want to know? Not easy. Quite easy to spot. But many people like to say in a bad way. Okay. Do you happen to know some people that you know? Okay. That in other people's minds, when got problem, they should go and find this person, man. This person can be a uncle, auntie, work in the office and everything, or in your workplace. When you got problem, you think of this person. Have or not? And you know that person is Buddhist one, and you know that person is Buddhist and have, then you know that person really got refuge. What is this refuge? This refuge is when this person accepted Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, accepted Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and therefore his life got the blessings in his life. or his or her life got the blessing of Guru, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha in this person. This person carries his refuge very naturally within him or herself. Okay? It is not so easy. It's easy to say, I take refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But then when you walk out, some people are just like ordinary people. And they find it very, ordinary people will find it very difficult to explain what is refuge. Refuge is when you see that person, you think that person can help me. I got problem, I don't know what to do. The person can advise me, can help me, can teach me what to do, tell me what to do, can support me, can everything. You feel safe with that person. You trust that person can help you out of your sticky situation, difficult situation. Then you know that person got refuge. And when how do we do from here is, let us then be another of such a person. You see, you must you must declare every morning when you wake up. For example, when you wake up, okay. First we say when you wake up, say, I accept. I go for refuge. I accept and go for refuge. Or I go for refuge and accept Guru, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha as my way to go, or this is my refuge, or go by safe direction. Some Westerners say, I go Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha is for my safe direction. You understand? So, then next thing is, then how do you see, some people go, when they recite mantras, they recite mantra with a strong, real ego, and the deity is also real deity. I am a real person, real practitioner, praying to a real Buddha. Okay? Ultimately, there's something wrong with this equation. Something really very wrong. Because Buddha doesn't truly exist, and we also don't truly exist. But because of our ego, we think and feel we truly exist. Okay, so then when they pray, they say, I want to pray for myself, pray for my good luck, pray for my husband, pray for my wife, pray for my children, pray for this, pray for that. Then they recite the mantra, really very strong faith, they really concentrate. Oh, money, oh, money, oh, money, oh, money, they really pray. Is it wrong? No. Because remember, it is them, they are at their level. Accept them. Accept them. But now I change this way. I show you another manifestation. You wake up and you wash up and say, I go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and I accept everything I see as their manifestation. Okay, and then when you recite prayers and everything, may the world and all its inhabitants be blessed by the mantra and by the sadhana and the prayer that I do. Then you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme. You feel, you pray all Buddhas, you invoke all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas to appear, and together we all recite together. All the human beings and its inhabitants come up before us, and we all recite together. And then we recite, and the feeling is that the vibration, the frequency of the whole universe becomes Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. All beings, even the fish in the sea also become human being and recite Om Mani Padme Hum. The worms in the ground also become human being and recite Om Mani Padme Hum. The birds also become human. They all sit down, Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 like this. How's the feeling like? Very open, right? very open, very bright. It's not that 哇，师父，哦，我们来念这个哦，这个咒哦，哇，很好嘞，这有什么法力哦？哇，妈那边没有哦，我们要念，我们要打手印啊，我们要怎么样啊，怎么样啊？我们要怎么样？我们才会得到怎么样怎么样 ，right? I must do this so that the deity will be happy. Then they will give me this. Then I will get what I want. Then the deity will accept my offering. Okay? They are practicing at their level. Slowly, guide by living by example. Like now I show you how this manifestation or recitation should be. Right? The heart and the mind and the energy is very powerful, very big. Not just... But all together, you understand? And it is possible just by, now I show you the physical manifestation and I recite and this and that. I teach you how to and even if you didn't receive initiation, you can invoke, request all the Buddhas to come together and recite together with you. Or even your goldfish, your pet fish, pet dog, pet everything, all sit down, all can recite together. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Right? You understand? Then, somehow even if you stay in a haunted place, you recite like that, the ghosts also start to feel, alamak. Okay I also recite lah. You understand what I mean? Right? So everything really slowly will transform, it will evolve. The energy. We are all energy beings. We are all frequency beings. Right? Then we will ascend from depression and through ascension to become the light for all beings. Rather than, oh, the person break my heart lah, say like that lah, do like that lah, never give me this lah, I cry lah, this. But it is perfectly normal because all of us go through up and down. It is normal. All of us go through up and down. 我们每个人会七上八下的。Okay? But 我们应该变成 okay 九上两下吧，不要七上八下。应该变成九上两下吧。Okay? Yeah. Definitely nature of samsara is like this. So we need to accept it, and then we need to accept it and not just live with it, but to make the best out of what the situation is, and then by practicing then become good. Understand? Right? Then do it like this. Okay? So, is it a prayer with devotion, connection to one's guru, consider a refuge? Yes, but you must understand, not everybody have a karma to have a guru. Not everybody have a karma to have a guru. Right? Especially those beings who are more at the foundational level, where the level is more for survival. It's difficult for them to have a guru. When beings who have the means met, and then they are able to think deeper, they start to feel. Right? Then it's different. When they are able to start to feel for themselves. It's not ordinary beings who are at the survival mode. Very frankly speaking, very difficult for them to practice Dharma. And so, have compassion for them. Okay? Have compassion for them. So, many people always ask me, oh, my relative, my this, my family member, they cannot practice, they abuse, verbal abuse and this and that, they scold and this and that, what to do. Then if you can visualize them when you are reciting, they're sitting behind you, next to you, they all also recite together and very happy. Okay, let's see. Okay, it will change. It will become good. It will become, you are, what you are doing is that, you are activating their good karma. Okay, let them feel that they can too in energy form. Okay, So what is non-duality? Please explain. People like to explain non-duality as not being male, not being female, or not being extreme is non-duality. Okay, not being extreme. Of course, some people laugh, say that, oh, I'm a what, cross-dresser, so I'm a non-duality. I'm male and I'm female, so I'm a bisexual, I'm gay, or I'm this and that, so I'm non-duality. That's not what it means. Okay? That's not what it means. Non-duality means freedom from the extremes. Okay? Like for example, I'll give you a good example would be the nature of the air we are breathing in now. Does the air choose whether you can breathe, you are fit enough to breathe him or not? No, right? The air and equanimity is non-duality. It doesn't have a male air or female air. It doesn't have a racist air. It doesn't have a white air, yellow air, brown air, whatever air lah. You understand? Air itself or light itself, non-duality. So light is non-duality, air is non-duality, isn't it? So it is what it is. It doesn't say that choose who can see, who cannot see, this and that. Understand? Okay, so you understand it to be like that, freedom from the extremes. So what do we do when we are in love with a person who has anger issues? In the worldly way, I would say that it is your choice to be in love with somebody who got anger issues. It is your choice. But if you are already with that person and then you want to be responsible for yourself, then you have to know that you don't let that person trigger your bad karma. But why not you go the other way around? Why don't you start activating his good karma? Activate his good karma by helping him or her activate the goodness in him or her. And you know, why do people become angry? Because they probably are very abused when they are children. And because they are so frightened, so first thing first, show anger. Because they are very weak inside. Right? Like durian, all thorns but inside soft and creamy. Understand? Right? So, what do? You activate the person's good karma. That is what you should do as a bodhisattva. We cannot tell the person don't be angry, because that person should not be judged as having anger. But that person should be recognized as an object of compassion, because that person too is a hurt person. As an injured person, hurt person. Then from there, we practice accordingly like this. Okay? Then you are in love with a person who has love and not anger issue. Because if that person, if you are in love with the person who has anger issues, that means that anger issue person is also in love with you. So that person is not necessarily not a permanent phenomena. The anger is not a permanent phenomena in this person. Anger is not a permanent phenomena in this person. Understand? Anger is not. It's only got anger issues. Some people got depression issue. Some people got low self-esteem issue. Some people got this and that. But it is not a permanent phenomena. That's why Buddha choose to teach the Dharma. Dharma is taught. Dharma is taught to activate our own good karma. Remember that. Okay, thank you. Any other question? Yeah. No question online? 不要回答你的，你不要问什么奇奇怪怪，对吗？好，来，那你问吧。
我想问，阿弥陀佛的《无量寿经》里面说，我们人的寿命是在84000岁，也就是说每100年会减少1岁。按照来说的话，那我们人类在84000岁应该是在840万年以前。但是现在我看，现在历史上面没有这个。只有我读《无量寿经》里面讲，人类是什么时候从寿命100年减1岁，到最后弥勒佛出世以后，我们人的寿命就很短，然后他才出来救度我们这些众生。
你是来告诉我，还是你要我回答你什么？
我想问就是说，
你好像我好像在受教，现在谢谢你教我。
不是这个意思，我是想知道这部经是汉传佛教的经，我想知道藏传佛教里面有没有这个？
藏传佛教里面是有讲说人类将来是会越来越短命，是有的。我们过去的命是很长的，就是因为我们因为有累积了这么多年的这个恶业了，那我们自己就也破戒啦，也有累积这么多年，也说我们人类的寿命就越来越短，所以你就会将来就很普遍，你就会看见呢，这个现象就是说，已经有这样的病了，对吗？这个孩子可能才10岁，可是他样子看起来像70、80岁，你懂吗？这个叫老人病 ，OK， 所以到了那个时候，每个人就可能寿命不到10年，寿命不到10年。所以在那个时候你想想看，每个人的身体可以发育老化，每个都要生孩子，每个人都要抢，每个人都要执着，每个都要生存，每个都要得到他觉得他应该要得到的东西，在短短的10年之内，你觉得在那个时候的人类会痛苦吗 ？OK， 那我们先转过来，佛菩萨或者是我们的祖先看我们现在，我们以前的寿命是1万年，现在你才不到100年，我们还执着了，我们执着去抢了身份、名利、地位啦，去杀生啦，去做很多其他的东西，我们无聊吗？我们也是很无聊啊 ，OK， 那我们现在在看将来的人类，不到10年，他也要繁殖，他也是要赚钱，他也是要怎么全部的一样的东西是会发生的，哦，在藏传里面呢是都有讲的，讲可是不是现在了，哦，所以我们现在，而且在那个时候是没有佛法了，佛法已经会灭到 ，OK， 到时可能人可能会念4个字，可能当然阿弥陀经就讲，人家只会念4个字阿弥陀佛，整个佛法，这每个人就是盲目的崇拜，就是念阿弥陀佛而已 ，OK， 所以我们要。如果我们不想堕落到那个时候，请现在我们开始觉醒。到那个时候我们觉醒，我们是大菩萨或我们成佛，我们在那个时候要显化过去，普度众生，去教他们，是我们的福分。明白吗 ？OK， 到时。所有的人类，现在我们每个人看都大概100年的寿命，大概了，真的每个人有100年嘛？你知道，我知道了，栽的、知的哦 ，OK， OK， 所以从这里我们了解到就自己决定吧。
Sifu, there's a urgent question. So, okay, so the question says, when we start doing purification, seems like bad things start happening more often. How do we approach this? Thank you.
When you start purification, seems like bad things start approaching, is it? Actually, many people say that. But to me, they are triggered by other people saying this to them. Why not I reintroduce this thing called awareness of blessings? When you do purification every day, when we do purification every day, you are so happy that you are able to use your body, speech and mind to manifest the Dharma and to be able to give voice to the names of the Buddhas and the mantras. And you are imagine if this speaker, I cannot say radio, too old fashioned, this Bluetooth speaker, yeah. Imagine this Bluetooth speaker has a mind, and this Bluetooth speaker can really feel the feeling of all the heartfelt prayers, or some the mantras and everything sung by the people. Then Bluetooth player can attain enlightenment very fast. Right? For us, we have a lot of doubt when we are doing good things. Right? We as Singaporeans, we got this word called sure bo. Right? Also as Singaporeans, they say this word, chun bo. Right? Or unya bo. Right? Got shadow or not? Right? Unya bo is not got shadow, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So the fact is that we have so much faith in the negative and so little faith in the positive. So when you do a little bit of positive, can you see all the negative coming out? Right? Because it is also by choice. You will choose to recognize the negative first. But you don't, by choice or by nature, recognize the positive. What does it mean to be a practitioner? It means that we are recognizing that we are still practicing and not perfect. Okay? So, it's a nice question, but I want to say, please continue. Thank you for practicing. I appreciate it. And even if it seems like bad, reality is, please spend even the same amount of energy to recognize the good. Always will have people that will come and tell me, oh, my wife left me, my mother abused me, my sister tortured me, my brother never take care of me, or I have to, I end up have to, got no place to go, stay on the floor. Every time that I lost all my money and this and that, or I got a lot of sad story one, no. Okay, because they really live their sad story, and then when they got problem happen, they Facebook Messenger me. So many people Facebook Messenger me, tell me their problem this that. But then when I tell them what to do, no more replies already. They probably done it lah, but no more replies. Then after that, I start to see on their Facebook, oh, life is good again and this and that now. But they never. The good thing about Christians, they recognize their blessings. They always say, praise the Lord, praise God. We should learn from them, recognize blessings. Buddhists seems to recognize suffering, don't recognize blessings. Of course, Buddha wanted us to recognize that the three types of suffering. But Buddha also did not say that we should not recognize blessings. If Buddha said don't recognize blessings, then why are we practicing? Why did Buddha, not encourage the monks at that time to become arhats and bodhisattvas? Right? 佛陀有鼓励我们证果位啊，罗汉果位啊，至少也是要得到一个罗汉果位啊。You understand? So please let us all recognize the blessings, recognize the good. Because if not, it's always, when something happens, triggers, then our instinct is to wail, cry, blame, complain, justify, and how powerless they are, and this and that. Right? And we have all been like that. We have been led by example by our grandparents, our parents, our families, or whoever we grew up with, right? Correct? And you realize they all talk like that. Right? They all talk like that. 哎呀，哇，真慘啦，好慘啊！你唔知啊，哇 how much we suffer through the years 啦，how poor thing we are, how powerless we are. We had no choice. Correct or not? People of the past always say we had no choice, no choice, no choice. Got choice, you didn't choose to do it only what? Then it's always because of the conditions of this, because of the condition then. Well, when you had the power over something else, for example, your own health, what you choose to eat. Isn't it? Your own health, what you choose to eat, what time you choose to sleep, what time you choose to do. I cannot sleep, toss and toss. Of course you cannot sleep. Handphone always hold down there, then I cannot sleep, I cannot sleep. Right? So many people like that. Mobile phone down there, I cannot sleep, I cannot sleep. But then they can tell me they cannot wake up. I don't know. I don't know how they fell asleep. Maybe the mobile phone fell on the head, then they fainted, or what, I don't know, right? But now as I say, as a matter of fact, it sounds funny, isn't it? So we just learn to laugh. We should learn to laugh at ourselves, and just to laugh lah. Don't take life too seriously lah. Don't take life too seriously, really. Okay, then we can make our own community and own world a really better and a friendlier place. You want to make your whole world a better place. Make your own life and your own community happy. Okay? Thank you. No other question, right? No more urgent questions, huh? Yeah. Because I urgent to go toilet also. Everybody also urgent. Okay? Thank you. Short mandala will do. Omahong, omahong, omahong. This ground anointed with perfume, bestowed with flowers. And the 4 great lands, the 8 subcontinents, the sun and the moon, and the palace of the gods right on top, and all things that are enjoyed by humans, gods, and demigods, this I offer to you, that may all beings be able to enjoy this pure land. Om idam kuro ratna mandala kauniyatayame. May the precious body mind, not yet born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase
forevermore. May the
为的千劫瑞吉，瑞美肯培王婆将培养。感情肯培从肯从卡帕，罗桑扎皮上拉索瓦的。妹妹则为他千劫瑞金，瑞美肯培王婆将培养， gan chen ken pe song ken song ka pa lo san dra pe shang la so wa ding mi mi zi wei de qian qie rei zi ji mi ken pe wang po jiang pe yang gan qian ken pe song ken song ka pa lo san dra pe shang la so wa ding.
Okay, thanks for coming to the teaching. No prostration tonight, please. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So in tonight's announcements, so this is the time of the year again, requesting for Benefactors Day is here. So starting from Monday, which was the 6th, all the way to the 19th, this is happening in the temple on site, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Jingzeri, which is the Awakening of Insects Day, it's our yearly tradition here to present offerings to Guru Rinpoche and request him to bestow us with benefactors and also to transform, vile characters into our lives into benefactors as well. So our prayers to Guru Rinpoche for requesting benefactors is only available on site. So do come by. Devotees will be guided step by step by our staff and volunteers on the steps and procedures. I just did it today, so do come by. We will be guiding you. It's really very easy and with all the great instructions. So do come by. And of course, Exploring Buddhism 2023 Module 1. So this is the dates that's available is on Saturdays from 2 to 5:30 p.m. So join us on site. This is also an on-site program with Dharma brother Keith Chung to learn more about Buddhism. So this course provides learners with basic understanding and appreciation of Buddhism, and the language of instruction is English. Do scan the QR code to register or to find out more. All the details are there, yeah? So it's face-to-face, take note, in March, all the way to April. And this will be the 6th session Guru Yoga workshop on Zoom though. So this one, do take note, is in Chinese, so it's by Geshe Kangyu. So take note of all the details right here. And the monthly Guru Puja, do note that it's postponed from 11 March. We've shifted it to the 18th of March. And it's a Saturday at 4 p.m. So Guru Puja is one of the most important pujas for fellow Tekchen Choling family because it's a time to renew our Samaya vows and also make extensive offerings to all lineage gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and a great assembly of deities. So let's pray for auspicious conditions for Dharma to flourish and the enlightenment of all beings. So scan to offer talk, although you may, whether you are coming or not, just offer is good. So 17th April, 8 a.m. is the cutoff date for the talk offering so that the staff can prepare, yeah? And also, it's that time of the year, gift of prayers for your departed loved ones. So Qingming Festival is just around the corner and it's a time for all of us to remember and pay respects to our ancestors and departed loved ones. In order to, in addition to tomb sweeping, and visits to the columbarium, you may send gifts of prayers to the departed by offering a dedication tablet with their names. So throughout our Qingming Festival event, our resident Sanghas will be dedicating merits for their swift rebirth in Amitabha's Pure Land. And there's this special program of a bountiful food offering for abundant merits. So practice generosity by making bountiful food offerings, and with the recitation of mantras and prayers by Singha Rinpoche and Sanghas, these offerings will be visualized as wonderful delicacies that will be offered to the three jewels and all sentient beings in the 10 directions. Do note that upon completion of the ceremony, all the food items will then be donated to charity, making it even more meritorious. So do join us in this meritorious event. Register for Qingming, the tablets, the offerings right here on this QR code. And that's it for tonight's announcements. Thank you for listening thus far. This is Ile signing off, and have a great week ahead. Thank you.